So, because I graduated this year, I got to interview a bunch of teachers, staff, even some assistant principals and students about what they think about the public school system and God. In society, we literally go to school and learn being taught by adults for 6 hours a day for a majority period of our young life. And a lot of parents and even students want to know themselves, what are we being taught? So today we're going to look at that, because if I know something about Gen Z has been growing through this political climate where we defend our beliefs, good or bad, to the death. So I believe that in this generation, God will use all of us so that we can impact our schools, our communities, our jobs, and whatever we do. So if you want to know what's going on in school, check it out, and I'll see you right now. How has high school been for you?
It's been pretty good, man. Been pretty solid.
You make it. I mean, as long as you're not like a drug addict, you should be fine.
Overall, 10 out of 10. Oh, 9 out of 10.
Yeah. It's been alright. I mean, it's definitely better than middle school.
High school has been very unpredictable.
Some teachers don't try it hard enough, I'd say. Some, just give you packets.
It's been great. I enjoy, talking to the kids and seeing their growth, looking at their maturity and getting them ready, for society.
Mm-hmm. It has been great, but at the same time has been very challenging and difficult.
So I've only been in public school since freshman year. I'm a sophomore right now. I really like public school. You get to meet way more new people. You get to do whatever you want, dress however you want.
It's been good, but there's not a lot of Christian influence, which is why I like FCS, because it's the center of it. Mm-hmm. But throughout the whole school, you don't see that a lot of it.
Middle school wasn't a great time for me, so it just kind of felt like freshman year was continuing that bad time. But then my sister introduced me to FCS at the end of freshman year, and it was a complete switch. It was almost like I'd screwed in the light bulb and bazinga. It's been nonstop joy ever since, and it's just been so good. And I've met some amazing people like this guy right here.
What do you think is a good part of public school?
Friends, probably.
What I like about public school is that it's for the public and it's open to everyone.
Good thing about high school is that you're able to connect with people and also share the gospel with people at a young age where where our minds are kind of like sponges, so we're able to soak in a lot of things where we're not older already and kind of only
set in our ways.
Yeah.
What makes it great?
The people, the food especially. I love the food.
Okay, rose capping. No.
The teachers are fire. There's some weird teachers, but a lot of teachers nice.
With public school being open to everybody, that gives opportunities and advantages for those families who have low income issues.
I think interaction is very important. You have opportunities to say hello, to chat for a minute, to have some type of what I call village time or community time. It plays a great part in creating the environment of what we do here.
I personally love school just because I like structure. That doesn't mean I like doing classwork and doing homework.
To me, it made it worse and frustrating are cell phones. When I first started teaching, some people had flip phones and maybe you'd catch them, flip it open with a text message. But I feel like as soon as phones became a computer and easy to access internet and stuff like that, I feel like over the years it's gotten worse with bullying, mental health, constantly messaging, and even parents calling during your classroom, and it's my mom's texting. And also now with phones, you catch with people cheating with AI and everything else. So you just wonder what do they really know? And you sometimes feel like you wasted your time.
I would say I like public school or dislike it. My biggest problem is the resources, right? Access to resources.
Oh, treat the teachers better. I think that's something big. They need to get paid more.
Yeah. What about you?
I think the teachers should be making $200,000 a year, and we do need to clean up the school a little bit, guys. The bathrooms are disgusting.
The bathrooms, please fix that now. The smell is
Tell
terrible.
me why I found underwear sitting on the bathroom floor.
Everything. The rules, they're completely unfocused on the actual real serious issues. The school food is not school food. They don't manage school fights, school disputes well. Some teachers do, obviously. Majority of the teachers will give out packets instead of like actually giving you and teaching you in front of the class. The safety is horrible. Oh, and you can just do whatever you want. As long as you have a good image, you can just walk around. And they don't care.
Yeah, like you could literally skip going to your car in the student parking lot. I'm not saying I've done that, but you can do that.
I think the students are the problem. I think today's generation is so comfortable being stupid and irresponsible and immature.
And what are you in, like in high school? Any clubs, any stuff?
I play football.
Football. And that's been good?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many games did you win?
2.
Out of what?
20.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
I want to change like how interactive the teachers are with the students. The teachers.
Just straight up all of them?
Yeah.
But like a bad thing is kind of they struggle to motivate the kids. Like there are a lot of kids that'll walk these halls and they won't really gain anything because they're not really seeing the importance of school in their future.
Yeah.
I think that I'm seeing more, especially the last couple of years, the trend toward the vaping and the trend toward more physical altercations in some respects. Again, when I say that, it's not all of the school and it's not all of the students, but enough to bring enough attention.
Yeah.
I think what's disturbing also when we do have the physical altercations, I find it to be a time when a lot of students, especially those that are present, get very excited and very amped up, and it's more so let's film and videotape and let's scream and kind of push the energy more so than being in the posture of diluting or diffusing the process.
You're surrounded with a lot of people who do like bad things, or there's a lot of like evilness, like spirits that surround a lot of people, and it influences.
What do you think that today's youth and like young adults need the most?
Jesus, they need salvation. A lot of people just need to come to know Christ.
Jesus. Yeah, more stability.
Yeah. Community. We're all alone. We all think that no one understands. We're all just kind of in our bubbles on our phones. And I think that we need to get out and talk to people and make more friends. And
yeah, that's really good.
Like mental health, probably.
Yeah.
That's probably the main thing.
I believe that they need a chance to be heard. Not only heard, to be seen, to be valued, and to also be held accountable. You matter. You matter. You have a voice. The sky is not the limit, and I always say that, because if it was, we wouldn't have astronauts. So I would say go beyond that. Do greater, be greater, and always think about what impact you want to leave in this world.
Love.
Bro, I need God, man. We all need God, man. I've seen some messed up kids in this school. These kids need to lock in, bro, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it'd be freaky deaky, zesty lesty. Be doing some weird stuff.
I'm telling you, especially in school.
Phones. I know your group does a lot of, putting religion and faith into people. And I think people need faith, even if they don't ascribe to one particular religion. They need something to believe in. And look, I'm a philosopher and a scientist, and I can tell you, I believe in more than just this reality right here. And as a philosopher, I can make you debate whether or not this is real or not. So we won't do that. Are we even here? Exactly.
I think what they need the most is to learn how to press into the wisdom and the experience of older adults who are acting like older adults and are wise to make deposits into their lives that will speak to things that they may not have either experienced before, but it's coming, or to just talk about life in general because we've been a little further ahead in the process, and to not put a demand on telling you what to do, but more so saying be open to hear what we have to say, and now you make a decision as to what you're going to receive and what you feel like you need to reject.
Jesus. A healthy dose of Jesus. Like, even more Jesus. So many things that I see on a daily basis that only Jesus can change. That you can't change people, the Holy Spirit can change people.
Yeah.
And as much as it's like that saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what happens in our generation and just in our high school, that you can preach so many things and you can share the gospel so many times, but they'll only take it if their heart is open to it.
Respect. I think respect is critical.
Aspects have you seen, like what patterns have you seen in teenagers through your time working here?
I would say one of the things is that teenagers, they strive to be have some kind of social belonging, and they strive trying to find their identity while they're in this new world of high school.
What I've noticed now, COVID, I think, changed a lot of things. I think it didn't necessarily change the teenagers, the way the teenager interacts. So what I've noticed is that we're at a place now where teenagers are not comfortable with the face-to-face interactions with each other, right? A lot of things are done online through social media, text messaging and things like that, where they miss that one-to-one eye contact conversations, right? Reading people's body language, reading facial expressions, reading tone, being able to persevere and react to those things in real time, right? It's easier now when, somebody types something, you can just be like, okay, take a second and then answer back. Or even now with AI, be like, what's the perfect response for this thing, right? But the teenagers the same, right? Negotiate, right? Try to find a way, don't take accountability fully.
I have to say that I've worked in many different environments. Kids are the same, no matter their social class or demographics. At the end of the day, we all laugh at the same things.
Teenagers are going to be teenagers, but maybe the level of respect has gone down. And I think it's really since the pandemic. I think people, they're so desensitized because of their phones and electronics.
Yeah.
They get used to saying things on the screen that you normally wouldn't say in person, and then they say things in person, and then people get upset. That's when you get all these fights and arguments.
The general pattern that I've seen most is the cell phone distraction.
My love, never giving up.
There's some things where I was like, okay, yes, it's nice to know, and then other things where I was like, oh, whoa.
Yeah. Not fully. Sometimes we can be very database driven, and we can be very driven based on school scores and different things like that, and not realize that, hey, this is the next generation.
Man, no. And here's why. So we need to get back to teaching children the fundamental basics of life. I think now we're at a point where we're teaching to make sure they pass the test, so that we give data to justify spending the money. Right? And the life skills that that students need can't be quantified. Right? I didn't know how to balance a checkbook if my mom didn't teach me. I didn't learn that in school. I didn't learn about credit until, I got that credit card in college. It was like, oh, wait a minute, I got to pay this back? You know what I'm saying?
No. Okay, well, I still don't know when I'm ever going to use parallelograms again, but I think students would benefit more on learning how to do their taxes. I think that as time has gone on, some students are lacking basic skills of survival, writing their own signature.
Oh, in cursive, yeah.
To sign a document. I know we have electronics now where you can sign, but it's just.
I'll answer that in two ways. One, first I'll say yes. The addendum to that, I would say, sometimes you can offer too much, and it dilutes those things that are really important and matter the most.
No.
I wish we could talk about it more. I feel like it should be something that is free, that everybody should be talking about, even teachers. I feel like there shouldn't be a restriction.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people know it though, so they won't speak on it. Yeah. They're just they comment on things they don't really know too much about though.
You're free to have whatever religion you want, with no consequences.
What do you think about politics and religion being shown in school?
I think it depends, because if it's a class, then I guess, but if it's a teacher who's going out of their way to tell you what they think.
Yeah.
I don't think politics are appropriate in school. I know that they always manage their way in. I think religion is an important thing to teach, of maybe exploring just a little bit about each religion and letting kids decide for themselves and just learn in a very objective way.
I think it should be separate. Like the politics aspect of it should be completely out of it. It shouldn't be something that divides people.
What about you?
Politics, no more. Religion, I feel like the clubs are good. Clubs are amazing.
I don't think it should be mentioned. Unless it's a friendly conversation, it shouldn't be mentioned at all. I do feel like some teachers should be allowed to say. I don't think that should be restricted. I just don't think it should be a topic that you discuss.
As like a fact or their opinion, not their opinion.
Not their opinion.
Yeah.
But I feel like they should be allowed to bring up the facts about their religion and politics and all that.
Yeah.
And try not to be biased with it, but it doesn't matter really.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think politics should be in school with a bunch of kids who aren't even 18 yet, but religion's fire, yeah.
I think it's like 50-50 because it could be a good thing, but at the same time, it could be a bad thing. It just depends. Like, I feel like students should be mature enough to be able to talk about that and have their own opinions, but it's a lot of kids who not like that mature to talk about that. So
I think it's very good because I feel like we should all know about our history and our background.
You believe on who you believe, and I think that like we should all respect not each other's like opinion, and like you don't have to like get upset about someone who likes a candidate and that you don't like them. So I just feel like, hey, they're your friend, but they have an opinion, whether it's the same as yours or it's opposite. So again, just respect.
Now, I do know that can be somewhat of a challenge because, you want to do that whole separation from state, religion, and all of that. However, I feel like it's very important to have some aspects of it because without your belief and faith and different values that you hold, it's kind of hard to go through the world every day morally and soundly. So I do feel like religion, in a way, like your faith, I want to say, plays a big part of who you are as a person.
People believe and practice what they want, right, in their own free time, right? Now, if you bring it into schools, you're allowing that influence into school. Not necessarily influence, and then people hear influence like, oh, it's a bad influence, right? It's not necessarily a bad influence, but then that can become the monopoly of the area, right? And I think that's one of the biggest concerns of why they've drawn the line between bringing those types of things into school, right? But I love the fact that, groups come together and they're able to have those conversations without people like, hey, you can't talk about those things, right?
Illegally, you can lose your job.
You can say whatever you want. Freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want.
I think for students, it's a given because that's freedom of speech, and you can't really put a moratorium on top of that. I think for faculty, I believe we are developed and we're built and we're adults and we're mature to know how to navigate the current of a conversation. So there's some conversations that might be inappropriate at that time or at that moment. So you navigate around it without totally ignoring it if it's being presented to you. And then I think there's some subjects that there should not be pressure upon the faculty member to have to bypass it or sideline it because of its sensitivities, but to be able to have a conversation and to be able to speak their opinion just as anyone else might concerning the same.
If someone doesn't want to hear what you're saying, like obviously what Jesus told us, to brush the dust off their feet and leave that house of town if they're not receiving what you're saying. So it gets to the point where it's like you can mention Jesus, but if they're already like, no, I'm not going to be like, hey, but this, and this, and Jesus loves it. Like, I'm not going to force it on them because now I'm doing a bad thing and pushing them away from Jesus. So all I can do is if they push me away, then just pray for them, and that's it. And just know that Jesus is, may have a way to their heart.
Students, there shouldn't be a line because technically we are not legally bound by anything. We are just students and we're here to learn. And if they're going to say that people can spread their LGBTQ agenda and everything and talk about it and just be completely open with it, why can't we be open about our Christianity? Because you have to make it equal. If you're going to allow people to share their beliefs, you can't limit it. You have to make it equal, otherwise why have it at all? For teachers, it's hard. I think that they should really, and don't take this the wrong way when I say it, they should probably just keep their beliefs to themselves. Students are away from their parents for so long that and like school can change a person truly, because think about it, students are spending a lot of their lives in school more than they are at home. And no matter what their parents have taught them, like I grew up in a Christian home and I learned so many different things that weren't Christian at school, and my parents, like, they were okay with it because they wanted me to be exposed to that. But think about parents that really want to not shelter their kids but keep them within that Christian viewpoint,
that bubble,
and that bubble's gonna get popped. It is no matter what, that bubble is going to get popped, especially in high school, where people have like no sense of shame and no sense of like I don't care what I do to these people, I'm just gonna do whatever. And I just feel, especially coming from teachers from a place of authority, that can seriously change a person's viewpoint and change exactly what a parent has in store for their child.
Well, we do have freedom of speech. Students are definitely more receptive to that. I'm not a big talker like you are, so I really appreciate your boldness. I've seen you doing a lot of that. Sometimes you ask if you can, communicate certain things in class, distribute flyers and stuff like that. So I think the fact that students have that within the school is very good, because there may probably be other countries where you're not even allowed to do that. So I think the student body does have a lot of free speech, and I do appreciate that. But personally, we discuss things as teachers together, and we share our faith and all that. So it's quite open.
Thank you so much, Mr. Davis.
You're very welcome, and thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate your boldness, and I want to commend you for what you're doing. Right? I think you'll do great things in the future. I wish I had that boldness when I was your age, but I believe it's Matthew 28:19, right? It say what? Go into all the world, right? Until everyone knows. And I see you doing that.
Wow.
And school or life is just a little fraction. Literally a fraction of what is to come. And I think you recognize that from an early age. And, I just want to commend you for that, and definitely keep up the good work, right? I think you'll be great. With God as guide, all things are possible.
Okay, this is it. My season in high school is over. I completed only a tiny sliver of my race. There's still so much to go. The people I met, things I learned, the feelings I had, all taught me to love God and humanity more. This school year, look around, challenge yourself, grow, and never stop caring about those to your left and right. Don't be discouraged if you feel you haven't met the mark, because I haven't either. But let's rejoice in our suffering. Let's do the hard work to bring others to Christ. Get your heart right with Jesus and join the family. You got this, guys. Summer is over.